Good evening and welcome to the June 26, 2017 McCracken County Fiscal Court meeting. At this time, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Here.
Commissioner Byer.
Here.
Commissioner Walden.
Here.
And Judge Leeper.
Here. This time, I'd ask Commissioner Byer if you'd lead us in a word of prayer, please, sir.
Yes, let us pray, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings of this day. We ask that as we prepare for this meeting, that you give us wisdom and guidance, that we make the right decisions that will be best for our citizens that we serve. Also ask our Heavenly Father, as we come upon this July the 4th, that you help us remember the patriots who came before us, who gave us the very freedoms that we have. And please continue to watch over our men and women in the military, our public servants, and all of these things we ask in your name, for your sake. Amen.
Amen. This time, I'd ask you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'd entertain a motion for approval of the June 12, 2017 Fiscal Court minutes. Motion by Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Amendments are approved. Minutes are approved, excuse me. Next, we have discussion item Jordan Leonard with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet on a rural secondary program, making his annual visit.
Thank y'all for having me. As always, I have to present the rural secondary recommendations for McCracken County. This year, McCracken County was allotted just under $921,000. We had about $411,000 left over from last year. Our expenditures this year, our maintenance of traffic, we're guesstimating about $433,000. That leaves us just shy of $900,000 for improvements. Excuse me. Of that, we have $230,000 for our flex funds for the county to use at their discretion. And with the remainder of that money, we are recommending paving Kentucky 1322, picking up where we left off last year with that, from New Hope Road down to Massac Creek for just over $300,000. And we're going to pick up at the Graves County line on Oaks Road and pave up to Shimwell there at the airport and racetrack for just under $300,000, for a total of $830,000 of our $895,000 we have left, and that leaves us some cushion there for other items we may want to spend on something else that comes up. So that's what we recommended this year, unless the court has anything else they would like to add to that.
All right. Any questions or comments from the court?
We probably have a lot we'd like to add to it, but we don't have the money to add.
I understand. That's a problem everybody has.
Appreciate it.
All righty. Thank y'all.
Always good. We'll see you next year.
That's right.
Thank you. Judge, do we need a motion to accept those recommendations, or is that something later in the minutes?
Not 100%. You say it is in the order?
Good.
It's in the orders.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
See.
See, yeah.
All right, next we have Bill Miller with the Riverport for discussion of activities at the Riverport.
Good evening, and thank you for your time. I appreciate being able to present this to the commissioners as well as you, Judge Executive. First, give you a little bit of current breakdown of the current volume that we're moving at the Riverport, the type of commodities that we're moving. We're moving mostly bulk items, which is the sand and rock, which builds the community, as we all know, with our customers. We provide fertilizer service to our farmers, as well as some petroleum coke that goes to Hopkinsville for production at a plant there. We also do have liverite, forgive me. It is the material that they use inside the cinder blocks and stuff like that for the gardens. That's done here locally in McCracken County. We're proud about that, as well as provide service to our agriculture, our farmers, to move their goods to international markets and throughout the waterways. On our general cargo side in 2015, I have not reported to y'all yet. I got here in 2015. Since then, we were able to secure business for some steel coils that's used in the automotive industry. We've also, just this year, been able to attract aluminum T-bars into the area. So far, we moved right about 6,500 tons of the T-bars. We're hoping and anticipating for that to become normal business inside our region, as well as some additional volume going to it. And just miscellaneous products that we'll continue to move, such as rebar, some utility products and crane mats and what have you on those sides of it. With that being said, right now on our current, underneath the blue crane that everybody's familiar with, our flat top crane, we move about 16,000 tons of cargo annually with that crane. That crane has the capacity along with the yard space to move about 138,000 tons. So we have a lot of room to expand our business here at the Riverport. We also have 15 acres of undeveloped Riverport property that we can develop into such things as more of an agriculture-friendly community with some bins that will allow us to transport the farmers to transport their goods to the Riverport prior to the barge operation and load from the bins into the barge bulk, or even come off of it and load into containerized cargo, which seems to be a trend growing in the region. With that, just to make sure everybody's under the understanding, Riverport's invested quite a bit of money, as everybody knows, inside the community, and we're proud of that fact. In 2004, the board at that time had the foresight to see to invest $4.2 million into our flat top crane. In 2016, the board approved for the funding of pursuing a foreign trade zone, which I'm proud to say that we received in record time. It's foreign trade zone number 294. We received that in April 2016, and the purpose of a foreign trade zone is to attract manufacturing distribution centers into the region for employment. In 2017, again, last fiscal year, we self-funded about $1.6 million of improvements into the terminal. Of the $1.6 million, that included a purchase of a new material handler for the bulks operation to replace a 20-year-old aging crane. Along with that, we have gone ahead forward this year and projecting about $800,000 worth of repairs to the facility for the conveyor belt, along with some other equipment needs that we're looking at for improvements on it. But the biggest thing I'm here to announce is on November 7th and 8th, the Riverport will be hosting a Strong Ports showcase. The purpose of that is we were awarded the Marine Highway designation back in July 2016. And with that designation, we qualified to be a marine highway system, and his designation allows us to open up some federal funding. MARAD has Strong Ports, and we plan on having a Strong Ports here in November 7th and 8th, first one of its kind here in the region. Normally, Strong Ports lasts about 2 to 3 hours, I should say 6 hours. It's mostly amongst just industry people. We are looking to expand that to include the entire community, because we believe if the Riverport's to grow 100,000 tons in product, that the community should have a voice inside that product growth. And I believe they will be happy with what we're looking at. First, to explain the foreign trade zone. Foreign trade zone is basically a legal site inside the United States, but the federal government, Customs and Border Patrol, looks at it that it hasn't entered the United States yet. It's in a secured area and it's not released. And a benefit to that to a customer that utilizes foreign trade zones would be that they get to defer their duties or invert the duties that they pay the federal government, which is really big. Most major companies, manufacturers looking to invest in an area, that's the number one question they have. Are you a foreign trade zone? And it's a big deal for the entire region for that side. We can write a foreign trade zone area anywhere in the state of Kentucky. All right, but we plan on using it over here in the western side. Companies that use the foreign trade zones are automobile manufacturers, computer companies, oil and gas companies, chemical companies, Dow Corning, manufacturers of plates and stuff like that that need raw materials in order to produce it and need materials in from the foreign countries. GE Engine Services, also is a user in Kentucky. The advantages to the region: it encourages and facilitates global competitiveness, attracts offshore activities, and encourages retention of domestic activities. It provides state and local economic developments a tool in their toolbox, and diversify the region's employment base via unrelated industries. Now, I know I'm jumping around, forgive me, but we're very busy, and I had a nice little presentation, but I'm cutting it shorter. The container on barge. The reason why we're pursuing container on barge is it does provide a benefit today to our local agriculture community for shipping goods in containers. A fact that I became aware of recently, or I should say since I've been here in Kentucky, is that we have the highest protein soybeans in the world. People love our soybeans. But the problem is you ship them in bulk, they go down to the blue water ports, and they get mixed in with other soybeans to downgrade it. So the farmers aren't getting the highest price for their beans. With the container on barge, that will correct some of it. In addition, on an international level, in my previous position with a blue water port, more and more companies are getting away from building silos to store their beans in bulk, and they go into containers. That way they can bring in 5 containers a day and deliver only the product they need for that particular day. So we saw the opportunity. We filed for it. With the blessing of my board, I turned in an application for the Marine Highway, and we were granted that. I turned in December 15. We were granted it in July 2016. So we're very happy with it. The container barge also does some other things too. It alleviates traffic, long-distance traffic on our highways, improves the environment with the eco-friendly, less pollutants of a truck or a train. And it also, too, a lot of global companies, especially the Paris Accord, they have signed pledges to reduce carbon footprints, and they will be looking toward ways of moving cargo inland to Paducah and to other regions that offer that service. So we're very proud of that on that side. We're virtually unparalleled when it comes to a container on barge operation. We can feed both Mobile and New Orleans on direct routes where other people have to bypass us. We are Coast Guard regulated. We have local barge companies fleeting here. The barge fleeting allows for immediate expansion or subtraction, depending on seasonal cargoes. The foreign trade zones I mentioned before, our modern locks that we have in the future, and we're already Panama Canal ready with our crane. We believe that the users can rely on the region's multimodal environment for international and domestic movements using all 4 modes of transportation. That's river, rail, interstate, and air. We have it all here. Naturally, like I said, we want to make sure that we're a good community partner in this. So we asked the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for some information on the latest traffic flows on our major roads leading into and out of McCracken County. And all roads show that we have capacity to add to our roadways. Now, what we did was to ensure that we wouldn't overcongest the highways. We took items such as Highway 45, for example, that runs into Graves County. We ran the average volume at 36,000 vehicles per day when it's rated for 45,000. We only use 20% of capacity. That road's the least available space, additional vehicles per day, at about 9,000 vehicles we could add to it. Now, we all know that area is a little congested. I don't want to add 9,000 to it. We go down Highway 60, out toward Calvert City, even Ballard. Both of those roads have 36,000 on them as well, and both of those can add well over 15,000 vehicles a day. So I believe we have done our homework on it. We'll be prepared to be on November 7th and 8th to demonstrate to the manufacturer and service distribution centers our ability to handle that cargo, and hopefully we'll be able to attract them here. I surely hope that y'all be able to attend it, the convention or showcase. Everyone is invited, and I just want to thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop by the Riverport. I'll be happy to answer any one of them for you.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of speculation about the impact that the expansion of the Panama Canal is
Uh-huh.
going to have on the Riverport here. I was at a conference in New Orleans and toured their Riverport and talked to the Riverport director down there. He indicated that they estimated that the increased traffic would only increase by, or tonnage by about 12%. And they said the real benefit is probably going to be some of the East Coast ports and not the New Orleans mobile ports on that. And they didn't think a lot of it would come up the river, it would go by other means. What do you think the outlook is for the expansion of the Panama Canal, and how will that affect your Riverport? Is that going to have a big effect, or is the jury still out on it?
I believe the expansion of Panama Canal will have some effect on it, but I do agree with the port in New Orleans right now. It's East Coast driven, and the reason why it's an East Coast driven factor is not only because of the Panama Canal, but also to the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal kind of quietly added a whole new lane on it. It's a two-way canal now with greater depths and only less lockage to go through the Panama Canal. As well as inside the world, the trade-off has been that the shift of cargo is more suited for the Suez Canal today than what it is for the Panama Canal. Now, in saying all that, the Port of New Orleans, along with the Port of Mobile, has also been successful in receiving 4 new Asian services into their port rotations. Some of them are Japanese partnerships now. Some of them are the MERS MSC, the M2s. That there's quite a bit of activity going on in the Gulf. And I don't have a crystal ball for it, but I do believe that this region, this area, is very conducive for a manufacturer to come up here, and the manufacturer will drive some of that cargo into the region, whether it's via rail, whether it's via truck. Hopefully it's via container on barge or barge itself, the waterways. But however it comes up here, we will have a vital role in play in that.
Another thing that he said was that to really benefit, you've got to have something to put on the containers to send them back down the river, because they don't want to send empty containers back down.
Today, believe it or not, we have more to export containers than we have coming in.
That's good. Yeah.
On that side. So we're kind of balanced the other way. That's why when we wrote the designation as a hub and spoke operation. We looked at it basis that Paducah alone could do it, but it would become such a greater expense that if you operate a container on barge operation, the same as what international ship lines do, and call multiple ports and go to as the spokes, say Louisville, Paducah, St. Louis, somewhere in Illinois, Memphis, and go on down the river, that the volume would pick up. And you'll be able to equal a volume of about 125 to 150 containers, which will lessen the cost in the spoke port, New Orleans or Mobile. So when we did it in that fashion because we understand that you're going to be peaks and valleys in it. And we understand the first company was successful in bringing into Paducah to manufacture and ship those containers on a northbound leg, that we have some southbound and going down.
One more quick question, if I might. Has the Tennessee Tom Bigby waterway been a big boom to our area? Or I know when they were building it, there was a lot of debate whether it was worth the cost to develop that. Has that done a lot for the areas, or a lot that goes down the Tennessee Tom Bigby waterway?
There is quite a bit of traffic today that bypasses Paducah to go down the Tim Tom waterway. The first one that comes to my mind would be our sand and gravel quarries that we have in Kentucky off the Ohio River to go down to Tim Tom to go to Nashville and other ports like that. So my answer would be yes, it's benefited. The greater benefit, I believe, is the container terminal in Mobile, Alabama, that will attract and connect us again internationally outside the realm. Those are the two biggest international ship lines today, is MERS and MSC, and they are partnered up, and the terminals in Mobile. So yes, I believe it will benefit us. And a matter of fact, the Tim Tom Waterway has voluntarily to sponsor us with this Strong Ports Conference.
I think it's important for us to have a strong river port, because it seems to me that the real economic development of the future is going to be tied into river traffic because of transportation costs and things like that. And if you're going to attract some of the industries, they need to save as much money as they can. And I think it's always amazing to me what happens behind the flood wall. I mean, I don't think the people of Paducah really realize the economy and what goes on back there and all the river industries we have and what goes up and down the river. And I think that we really need to market that hard, our economic development people, and anything we can do to help that, I think.
Your support in the past and the present is greatly appreciated, and the trust that you give me, along with the great board members that's been selected. So all I can ask is to keep having that move forward. That's all I'm on to.
Thank you. Commissioner Walton.
That's all I was going to kind of touch base. With the foreign trade zone, and for the people who don't know, Bill Miller is a huge part of, not one of the biggest parts, we got the foreign trade zone here in this area, so publicly thank you for that. With the foreign trade zone being here in this area, has there been any kind of big name people that are looking for maybe manufacturing that you've kind of heard of that may want to come to Paducah?
I have not personally heard it. I do know that the site selection committees and magazines, we've been advertising we're a foreign trade zone. I've had several calls on it, but nothing of the major companies never announced who they are. You know, they just want to know if we have one and things like that. I tell them yes, and I will turn it over to the economic development people, anything that I receive for them to handle on that side.
So that's just part of the criteria that they look for. It's one of the main things they look for is the foreign trade zone.
Yes, sir. And the reason, like I said before, it's just got you know, when you get into manufacturing, an example I had used in part of it was if we made exercise equipment and a computer chip comes in from Japan. You know, that one computer chip may have a tariff item of a tariff of 25-30% on that computer chip. But when they finish the product and it becomes a piece of exercise equipment, the tariff is only 3%. So the company will save that 25 to 3% on that, as well as the cash flow from being able to ship that piece from Japan, China, Far East, I guess is what I should be saying, through New Orleans on up to Paducah, have it in storage and not manufactured and not going out as a sold product or a completed product to that point in time. That's why automobile industries love them. That's why all major manufacturers love them. Many high parts, aerospace. GE's a big user of foreign trade zones around the world.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Bill. Let me thank you personally and on behalf of the county for the work you do and your board does. I know you've all gone through quite a few tribulations in your short time here already, and but you're coming through and doing some great things. I appreciate you and the board, and I hope you'll pass that along.
No one can do it by themselves. Great team and great sponsorship. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next discussion item is the second reading of our budget ordinance, adoption of budget ordinance number 2017-3. And Madam Clerk, I believe you have the honor of reading through that. Is that correct?
The second reading?
Well, just, I guess, read through that statement I just made, and then we'll go from there on the item C. Just read that, and then we'll entertain a motion.
Second reading budget ordinance adoption number 2017-03.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, make sure there's not an order in here, right? That's right. All right, clerk, call roll, please. Just want to be sure.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye. Next, Ms. Brown, the budget transfer.
Need a motion on ours.
Entertain a motion for the budget transfers for June
So moved.
to be.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye. And this is the last time I'm going to get to say this. And I thought I'd use this moment to point out that this is Ms. Brown's last meeting as treasurer. She's been here 603 years, something like that. And she gets to retire after 603 years as treasurer. And we appreciate the service she's given to the county of McCracken through, I don't know how many county judges, three, which says a lot for any individual that can survive 3 different county judges. And we got to know her, and she agreed to serve for a little while during my time, and I'm certainly appreciative of that. I would have been lost without the institutional knowledge that she brings forth every day. And would be remiss if I didn't mention her cohort, who's also retiring, maybe watching tonight, Miss Peggy Driver, who's told me the day I walked in here that if Angie ever left, she was walking out the door too, and she's held true to her word. So Miss Driver will be leaving us at the end of July also. So this is not Angie's last day with county government. She's got another 35.
5 weeks.
35, I think. But I guess I'm counting more than you are, so nothing wrong with that. Anyway, all that being said, thank you for your service, and the accounts payable, Ms. Brown.
That totals $733,481.27.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second
Second.
by Commissioner Wathen.
Judge, in the way of discussion with to echo your comments, the very first meeting I served as a commissioner in 2007, January the 1st, then Judge Van Newberry and I helped to make that decision to hire as our treasurer, Ms. Brown, and it's probably one of the best decisions I've made as a commissioner, and I've never looked back on it, and she has been a valued employee, helped us get through the ice storm, through some very, very difficult days of trying to take care of the citizens of our county, and I certainly appreciate her service to the county, and it should go that all the citizens should equally give their thanks to her.
I want to echo the same. I dealt with Miss Brown in the previous profession I had, and she didn't always like a reporter call, but she was always honest and open in their answers to her, the questions that were asked of her. And as a county commissioner, I occasionally will send an email and ask a question, and we always get a quick response to it because of her institutional knowledge. And she will be missed, and we just wish you well in retirement.
I'm not saying anything. No. Angie has been very, very helpful for me, and I really appreciate it. Anytime I would call her, anytime during that, it could be at the last minute of the day. If I had a question about something, she was always ready to help me out, and I really appreciate her as well. So thank you very much, Angie.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
We do, and a
Motion second. All those Clerk, call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye. Court orders, Madam Clerk.
Alrighty. It is ordered to pay Energy System Group LLC invoice number 02-0010269 in the amount of $27,000 for payment change order number 1 of the energy saving contract.
Motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to enter into an agreement with Construction Safety Consultants, Inc. for safety services and drug screening for the McCracken County Road Department at unit price and hourly rate in accordance and with the agreement for the fiscal year 2017-2018, not to exceed $11,000.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered a resolution adopting and approving the execution of a rural secondary program agreement between the Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural and Municipal Aid to construct drainage structures on Pool Road, CR 1034C5, Ridge Road, CR 1035A7, Tudor Boulevard, CR 1023A3, and Parker Street, CR 1035A6, in McCracken County in the amount of $75,380.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Watson, second. Second. By Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered that Otis Berry be hired as a part-time court security officer effective July 10th, 2017, at a rate of $11 per hour.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Barman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
To comply with the provisions of HB 364, it is ordered that Doug Abernathy be reappointed with the McCracken County Sheriff's Department to begin June 30th, 2017, and ending July 1st, 2018. HB 364 allows for the rehire of retired law enforcement without counties and the employees paying additional contributions.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen.
I got a question. Should we
Question.
clarify what the additional contributions are? It's to the retirement system, isn't it?
Yes.
There is no contribution to the retirement system on these rehires.
I mean, do we need to clarify this ordinance with, and the employee paying additional contributions?
I guess this covers everything.
I mean, are we okay
Yeah,
with
this, the House bill
Is it okay?
covers everything. And
Okay.
there's
I
no
just didn't know if we ought to
contribution.
specify what contributions we're referring to. Okay.
Do you want to make that amendment?
I'm okay as long
Is
as.
retirement the only one?
Yes, this involves the retirement system.
It's only retirement.
It's a requirement of the retirement system that we run this order through.
Mhm.
I believe this is how it's been worded in the past. I don't think.
I'd like to amend it, say without additional contributions to the retirement system, just to make sure there's no
You have a second?
confusion.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Order E is amended.
So you wanted to amend it to say
Additional contributions to the
additional
retirement system.
contributions
Without additional.
without additional
And the
contributions.
next two orders will need to have the same.
The only thing you'll add is to the retirement system.
Yeah, at the end would be just to the retirement system. Everything else is the same.
Okay.
Okay. To the retirement system.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So we're ready to
You can call the roll,
call
please.
roll. Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
To comply with the provisions of House Bill 364, it is ordered that George Johnson be reappointed with the McCracken County Sheriff's Department to begin June 30th, 2017, and ending July 1st, 2018. House Bill 364 allows for the rehire of retired law enforcement without counties and the employees paying additional contributions.
Period. Motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Wathen.
Move for amendment to add to the retirement system.
Motion to add an amendment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen. Excuse me, motion by Commissioner Barman, second by Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Amendment's approved. Now, any discussion on it as amended? Ask clerk to call the roll when she.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
To comply with the provisions of House Bill 364, it is ordered that Keith Mick be reappointed with the McCracken County Sheriff's Department to begin June 30th, 2017, and end July 1st, 2018. House Bill 364 allows for the rehire of retired law enforcement without counties and employees paying additional contributions.
Motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Barman, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen.
Move we amend as clarified to the retirement system.
Motion for the amendment, second by Commissioner, from Commissioner Barman, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Amendments are approved. Now, Madam Clerk, you can call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of full-time Deputy Jailer Cody McCain effective June 12, 2017. He has no sick or vacation time.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Lippert.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of full-time deputy jailer Rodney Fisher effective June 12, 2017. He has no sick or vacation time.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
And Judge Lippert.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of full-time deputy jailer Thomas Childress effective June 2, 2017. He has no sick or vacation time.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Judge Lippert.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective June 13, 2017, Miosha Poindexter be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at an hourly rate of $12.15 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Lippert.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective June 18, 2017, Stephanie Willis be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at an hourly rate of $12 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
And Judge Lippert.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective June 5, 2017, Robert Fourier be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at an hourly rate of $14 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Jean Leeper. Judge Leeper.
I guess, yes.
Oh, man. It is ordered that effective June 16, 2017, Matthew Saylor be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at an hourly rate of $14 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to correct the hourly rate of pay for full-time Corporal Mitchell Heinzman. It was approved at $13.83 per hour effective May 29, 2017, and should have been $14.83 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Bartleman, second by Commissioner Wathen. We have an issue here because that doesn't say jail anywhere on it. And I assume that's a jail. But 2 years from now, when somebody reads this, they won't be able to assume that. So I need an amendment. Where do we place full-time corporal jailer or jail corporal?
So
What
moved.
would you, which would you prefer? Jail corporal or jailer corporal? Jailer corporal. All right, insert between full-time and corporal the word jailer.
Should it be deputy jailer, corporal deputy jailer?
Should be no, yeah, should it be deputy jailer corporal or deputy jailer corporal? Okay. I rescind my amendment and we'll try again.
Deputy jailer.
Somebody give me an amendment that says
So it'd be full-time corporate deputy jailer.
no. That's bad as
Deputy
Gene
jailer.
Leeper. All right,
Deputy jailer Corporal Mitchell Heinzman.
deputy jailer corporal, yes. Was that as a
There's a
motion?
motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Byer. Thank you, gentlemen.
Deputy Jailer Corporal Mitchell Heinzman.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a title.
Just going to have a voice vote on the amendment.
Yes, it
Yes. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved
I
as
didn't
amended.
get- Who made the motion?
Scott and
Got the
Commissioner
second.
Byer made the second.
Okay.
Now we need a roll call on
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner Walden.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of part-time deputy jailer Dominic White effective June 16, 2017. He has no sick or vacation time.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? All those, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Walden.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective June 16, 2017, Dominic White be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at an hourly rate of $13.85 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen.
Yeah.
Discussion, seeing none, ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective June 2nd, 2017, David Walls be hired as a full-time program director instructor for McCracken County Jail at an hourly rate of $20 per hour, plus statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Walden.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered that effective July 1st, 2017, the McCracken County Jail will go from an 8-hour shift schedule to a 12-hour shift schedule for the deputy jailers.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Madam Jailer, would you have any comments?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank you all for adopting this for me. It's going to build camaraderie with my shifts and hopefully take care of our overtime budget that we've been having issues with in the past, and I greatly appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
They will still work 40 hours a week, right? Explain
They'll
to me how that-
have 36 hours one week and 48 the next week. 4 hours of that will cover for the 36 the prior week. I spoke with the treasurer in Hopkins. She kind of helped me see how we would budget that out. And what we will do is we will start our pay period. We'll start on Saturday at 6 p.m. So it will all average out to be a 40-hour week.
So do they get paid overtime then 1 week?
1 week they'll have overtime on 1 week. Yes.
And does it come out the salaries the same,
Yes.
or will it be more because of the overtime?
Maybe $1 more, if that, a couple dollars more. It's not much.
But the rate of pay will be adjusted so that...
Correct.
So 1 week they'll get, one pay period they'll get less than the next pay period?
Yes, sir.
Is everything legal with that? Did we check with the county attorney and
Yes, sir.
Everything's fine with it? Okay. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Did we have a vote yet? We had a motion, second,
Yeah, I
didn't
just
we?
need-
All right. Call the roll,
Commissioner
please.
Byers.
Aye.
Commissioner Walden.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered to approve the revised McCracken County Jail Policy and Procedures Manual effective on June 26, 2017.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Just as a point of discussion, I'd like to thank you, Madam Jailer, for updating this in a fairly timely manner for the short time you've been in office. Put together a good product, and we actually sent it back with a couple of suggestions, and you found fit to do most of those, and the ones you didn't were for good reasons. So we appreciate that and appreciate your diligence, and I believe one of your staff members put a lot of time in on that. We appreciate their work also. So appreciate the work done on that. We have a motion and a second, so I'd ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
And Judge Laker.
Aye.
It is ordered to pay Advanced Systems Technology, Inc., invoice number 11374, payment number 1, in the amount of $38,000 for upgrading the security system at the McCracken County Jail.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Watson, second by Commissioner Byer. Discussion, yes, sir.
Is this the lock project?
Controls, part of the lock project, yes.
Can you update us on how that's going and where?
Yes, sir, the project is going smoothly, and we're working on it diligently. We'll have another component of it to let, hopefully the next couple of weeks.
What's the time frame? Time frame on completing it?
I'm sorry.
The time frame on completing it?
The time frame for upgrading the control locking system takes about 3 months to get the locks after we order them built, and then probably 3 months to install them.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Thank you, Mr. Moore. Do we have a motion and a second? Ask the clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered that Darrell Tharp be hired as part-time animal control officer effective May 22nd, 2017, at an hourly rate of $12 per hour, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen, any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered that an annual standing order be approved for the pre-approval of recurring expenses for utilities, payroll, debt service, and employee health benefit bills for fiscal year 2017-18.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to record the interfund cash transfers for the month of May 2017.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to record the county treasurer's budget transfer for May 2017.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen, any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to pay McCracken County Youth Soccer Association $15,000 for fiscal year 2016-17.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second
Second.
by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered to pay Lone Oak Tennis Association $1,500 for fiscal year 2016-17.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is ordered that as a necessary component of the restructuring plan for the McCracken County Coroner's Office, that the current employment structure of said office consisting of 1 full-time deputy coroner and 2 part-time deputy coroners be transitioned to a total of 3 deputy coroners positions, with each being on a part-time basis.
Motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Byer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bartleman. And we need an amendment, Commissioner Bartleman.
Yeah, I'd like to make an amendment that, let me ask a question first. Do we need to specify in there that the part-time basis shall be according to the allocation of the budget?
That's stated with the budget we passed
Okay,
earlier.
all right. Okay, then my amendment is that at the end of that, we added, after basis, we add effective July 1st, 2017.
Motion has been second by Commissioner Byer.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved.
So what am I changing on here?
After part-time basis, it should say effective July 1, 2017.
Madam Clerk.
Which is the effective
I'm sorry.
date of the budget.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Y'all ready for me to call roll?
Yeah, we got a motion on, or we got a vote on the amendment, so yes.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Walden?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper?
Aye.
It is hereby ordered that pursuant to KRS Chapter 67, the reading of ordinance number 2017 2017-04 shall be conducted in summary format as follows.
So moved.
Am I reading all this? I guess.
That would be appropriate, unfortunately.
Okay, Commonwealth of Kentucky, McCracken Fiscal Court, ordinance number 2017-04. An ordinance amending McCracken County ordinance number 2016-08 by making revisions to the provisions dealing with the use of sick leave, refining the definitional section on nepotism, updating the existing county property capitalization policy, creating a county personal information protection policy, and adjusting the small purchase procurement standards. The present ordinance makes revisions to the McCracken County Administrative Code by amending the following sections. Number 1, Chapter 5, Policies and Procedures, Sick Leave Provisions, by allowing for use of sick leave to attend medical, dental, and optical examination or treatment. 2, Chapter 5, Policies and Procedures, Sick Leave Provisions, by allowing for the creation of a sick leave sharing program. 3, Chapter 5, Policy and Procedures, Code of Ethics, Provisions by expanding the definition of immediate family under the nepotism provisions. 4, Chapter 11, Capitalization Policy, by modifying the useful life and capitalization amounts of certain assets. 5, Chapter 2, General Administration, by creating a new section setting forth a county policy on personal information protection. And 6, Chapter 7, McCracken County Procurement Standards, by modifying the small purchase procurement procedures. It is hereby certified by the McCracken County Fiscal Court that the present summary represents an accurate official statement of the main points of and contents of ordinance number 2017-04. Ordinance number 2017-04 shall be available for public inspection in its whole and complete form in the McCracken County Judge Executive's office during ordinary business hours.
Motion by Commissioner Byers, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Wathen.
And this is
Any discussion?
the first of 2 readings, right?
Yes, this is the first of 2 readings. This will be advertised and procedure will be followed. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Byers.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye. Madam Clerk, the board appointments.
It is ordered that Leon Owens be appointed to the JSA Board effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2021.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
It is ordered that Phil Franklin be appointed to the Hendon Fire Department Board effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2020.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion approved.
It is ordered that Ted Smith be appointed to the Board of Adjustment effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion approved.
It is ordered that Lewis Carr be appointed to the Ethics Board effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Barman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved.
It is ordered that Charles Offit be appointed to the Reedland-Farley Fire Department effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Barman, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion?
Does that need to have an amendment to say Fire Department Board?
I believe it might. We've got a motion and a second. Would you like to offer an amendment?
I will offer the amendment.
Motion, appreciate that.
Second.
To add the word board after department. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved. Now we have the motion on the floor for the amended appointment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved.
It is ordered that Gina Leeper be appointed to the Convention Center Board effective June 30th, 2017, and expiring June 30th, 2021.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Please make note that I abstained. I don't know that it's necessary, but it's an interesting note to have in the minutes later. Item G. Let me explain this real quick. Talked to Ms. Johnson the other day. She's going to come do kind of an update for us. She's got a couple interesting items to discuss with us. They're doing some work out at the Humane Society, and she wants to come. But I've asked her to serve out a 6-month term. They asked originally, wanted us to try to get this appointment on their timeline, which would be in January, and she was most agreeable to do that and help us keep us informed between now and then, and then we'll likely find a new person just to get new eyes and ears on that board. And she was thought that was a good idea also. So want to keep fresh set of eyes and all that on that board. So that's why this is only a 6-month appointment. I wanted to make that clear to you.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. We have made an error. Seems like we are able to do that too frequently, and we did not get an order on to buy a van for the sheriff and the jailer. We are going to have a meeting. I was going to announce that too, so this will shorten the timeline between now and the next meeting to July the 7th. Our July 10th meeting is not going to happen, and we're going to move that meeting to July the 7th at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. There's no need for an executive session. I saw somebody raise their hand. We don't have a time except during the orders, but at the same time, you raised your hand. I hate to.
If I speak to y'all for a few minutes,
Okay,
not a matter.
okay. Is it a matter of?
It's really with the road department, sir.
Okay. If we haven't done that with these meetings, but I'd be happy to stay and sit and talk to you. And we got Mr. Moore here. We'll be happy to sit down and talk to you about that, and that'll be good. Good deal. Thank you for being patient. Appreciate that. Anyone else have any concerns? And Mr. Sheriff, I apologize. We had stuff in our packet, but we didn't have the order. And Madam Jailer, we appreciate you all working together. I want to compliment them on working together on this issue. We're able to get a van with some funds that they have available, hopefully all of it, but if not, we can add some money to it to get it done right. And they're working together, and you can't ask for more than that, and we appreciate that very much. Before we adjourn, let me cover one other thing, and then I'll turn it over to any of y'all that have a comment. And that is, Ms. Sheriff, you may want to come speak to this, but I definitely don't want the meeting to pass without recognizing one of your deputies, Byron Sparkman. And we got a note from the sheriff, as you all know, from forwarded on information from Dr. Smith with Mercy Regional. And Deputy Sparkman saved someone's life. He was the first time, if I'm correct, the first save we've had with the Leo Narcan product. And the sheriff and their folks have trained with it. And I don't know if the jail has or not, but they have, and the jailer's nodding. But Mr. Sheriff, I certainly appreciate Deputy Sparkman and reacting appropriately. Obviously, it's, when the ambulance arrived, they assisted it and had a happy ending. And I can't tell you how it makes you feel when you get a report on an evening and the sheriff tells you something good happened. They're not always something good happens. So really, really appreciate that, and please pass our thoughts on to Deputy Sparkman that he's done us proud, and your guys do that frequently. We appreciate that very, very much. Did you say?
I wanted to congratulate Judge Craig Clymer on his years of service for the county. He's retiring as a circuit court judge. He also served as a district court judge, and he's retiring, I think, at the end of the month. And I just think we all appreciate the work he's done. Being a judge can sometimes be a lonely position up there on the third floor in the corner of the courthouse that you don't have a lot of people come in and thank you for what you do because you're always dealing with some kind of a tragedy or some kind of things that happen, bad things that happen in people's lives. And being a judge isn't always an easy profession. I think the hardest part of it's probably getting used to wearing a black dress. That was a joke. But I think we all appreciate the work he's done over the years. It's a lot of pressure at times. You have a lot of community pressure on things that happen, but you have to be fair. And he's done a good job of it over these years, and I think we all wish him well in his retirement. And again, he'll be missed in the courthouse.
Very much. Everybody
Sure,
good?
he's not watching, but I'll pass that.
He's probably out back with a horse, I bet. So.
Speaking of being missed, one last time, Ms. Brown. You will be missed.
Thank you.
Ms. Hancock, welcome. Next time you'll have the honor and pleasure of getting to sit through sometimes interesting meetings and sometimes not so.
And you may miss Miss Brown more than we do the first few weeks.
Definitely. Anyway, we appreciate your service very much. That being said, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment. Motion by Commissioner Byers, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's approved.